Oh, you've got a mic ready.
So hi again, my name is Gyuri Chokov and I'm Sitefinity Product Manager. I have been with the company for about 7-8 years, ever since we started the Sitefinity product. And I'm very happy to be here with you today and for the opportunity to talk about Sitefinity. So let's get started. In this session, I'm going to provide you with a short overview about our company, about marketing trends that we see in the CMS and digital marketing space, our vision about Sitefinity CMS and Digital Experience Cloud. Then we'll share a couple of customer success stories with you, and finally we'll have some time for questions and answers. Let's first start with an overview about Progress Software. So the company is founded in 1991 and currently has offices worldwide, as you can see on the map. It's a public company traded on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange and it acquired us in December 2014. So now the combined company Progress plus Telerik, we're over 1,800 employees worldwide, and the main development teams are still in Bulgaria, HQ. As for Sitefinity, it was created in 2005. I'm with the team from 2007, ever since version 2.5, something like this. And I'm very happy to say that today we power over 15,000 websites, and we are among the top 20 most popular .NET CMSs in the world. Before we present the product, I would like to first talk about the trends that we see in the WCM and digital marketing space. In the past, there was a lot of focus on efficiency when creating content, while today, what is more important is the business value of this content. So what do we create and not how fast do we create. The goal was to quickly publish information to your target customer, and most of the times this information was one-way communication, so from the website to the customer. While today brands need to interact with customers and to adapt their strategy, for example, on what they hear in social media and the community events. Also, we're quickly moving away from tracking just clicks in Google Analytics, and today marketers need to understand the whole behavior and what people actually do on the website. They need to know what is the customer journey, which might sometimes take not just days, but years to complete. Also, we saw in the past companies that were planning big site revamps for as much as 6 to 12 months, while today brands and marketers follow more iterative approach, and they tend to actually publish pages every couple of weeks on the website. Now, let's look at the actual transformation that is happening in the digital marketing. There are a few key challenges today for marketers. First, customer engagement data is stored in various disconnected systems in various formats, and this is a problem because they cannot analyze it when it's in different formats in actually many systems. And there is this need that this data is hard and too much consuming to analyze. So it should be aggregated and then dynamically analyzed by algorithms so that the whole customer journey can be mapped out and marketers can get actionable insights based on this. Third, adapting the experience to customer behavior is today challenging. And the goal here is to personalize and optimize the experience of each customer in all channels as much as possible. Also, by tradition, proving the effectiveness of campaigns is very hard and not very accurate. So we actually believe that with the right measurements, we can prove what is actually the business value out of all campaigns. Clearly today, it's not just enough to provide a good website, and this is why our solution has two main components. While the Sitefinity CMS provides the muscle to enable marketers to be independent by IT teams to change content on the website, the Digital Experience Cloud provides these marketers with the ability to make those experiences on the websites and on mobile channels even better. It provides the actionable insights. It allows you to create meaningful one-on-one conversation with customers and hopefully to increase conversations in the end. Now, I would like to briefly mention some of the strengths of the Sitefinity platform, and later today, you'll have the chance to see more exciting features. First, Sitefinity has a great UI and end users love it. Why they love it, you might ask? Well, it's because basically it allows them to get their job better in much faster ways and with only the knowledge that they already have without the help from any IT teams and any developers. So it's really nice and easy UI. It's enterprise-ready product, and it's not very often to see enterprise product with a great UI and very nice UX. We've put a lot of focus on the UX ever since V1 of the product. We have a special team at the company that makes all these UX surveys and so on. Third, we support all mobile strategies, so automatic responsive design based on layouts, mobile web, and also mobile applications that the CMS can generate for you. And developers who are also users of the system feel right at home with the API, with the familiar .NET development, and with the Visual Studio support. Last but not least, we have great integration stories to tell, and I hope that I'll be able to show you some of them later today. So we can work with Marketo, Salesforce, Microsoft, SharePoint, and so much more systems. Now, let's talk a bit about how the industry actually recognizes us, and I'll start with Gartner. There are literally hundreds of vendors today who do CMS systems, but there are only 20 vendors that are into the Gartner Magic Quadrant. And last year, we got recognized for great value, mobile story, and integration strategies. We also ranked as #1 CMS in the usability in the Glanster 2014 Web Content Management Report. And these guys are very serious about ease of use and nice UI. So it's really a privilege for us to be at the #1 place here. And to be honest, we have won numerous awards along the years, but I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll just mention that most recently, we won the Critics' Choice Award for the best .NET Enterprise CMS. And now, I'll pass the word to Ross, one of my colleagues, who is actually going to share some of the latest customer success stories with you.
Thank you, Gui.
Do you need the microphone, Ross?
I'm all right to shout.
All right.
We need to record it, so.
Okay.
So,
we need it for the record.
okay.
Thank you, Gui.
Next slide.
All I wanted to do really here was just talk a little bit around a couple of case studies that we have for Sitefinity, and then just really to go pretty quickly through a few more sites which have all been delivered by people who are in this group. So we talk, and often companies talk about big global sites, and of course they're brilliant, we love them. But equally there are local sites that are really important as well, and within the UK community I think it's good to this is AirAsia. So AirAsia is one of our larger sites. Has a pretty impressive set of statistics when we look at it in terms of performance and scale. So have over 20,000 pages, and it's in 34 languages. In terms of promotions, they really are utilising the CMS from a marketing perspective to be able to really create those promotions and deliver those promotions to their customers on a really large scale. Often with their old system, they were really struggling in terms of scale at busy times, particularly with the airlines. If something gets cancelled, etc., then that's where problems start. And since they've implemented Sitefinity, they've certainly seen performance gains and have been able to deal with all of that. There was also a tragedy that involved AirAsia, and obviously the site was pretty heavily hit at that point. The site certainly stood up at that point as well. So first group. So in the UK, a lot of people will probably be very familiar with First Group. Predominantly at the moment, First Group use us within the US market. So within Canada and within the US. So Greyhound is one of the US brands that are owned by First Group. And again, a very large organisation, consolidating a number of websites into a single entity that they can manage all of their content from. Integrating with those different brands, and placing this on different solutions, so using Microsoft Azure, and they're now taking that iterative approach that we mentioned, getting the CMS up there, making sure that the content is ready, and then looking at how they can then take more advantage of the features and functions that are within the system in terms of additional comments and e-commerce and marketing functionalities. Okay, so I just wanted to, as I say, these are sites that have been delivered, I think predominantly in the last 12 months by people that are in this room. So we have a good mixture of customers, partners, and people who are looking at Sitefinity at the moment. So if you do want to know more about these projects, then ask me and I can point you to the right people who are in the room, or I'm sure you can find out over lunch just by discussing what different people have done. So WASPs was delivered by a partner of ours, Aqueduct, during an interesting time for WASPs. So WASPs used to be called, I don't know if anyone's a rugby fan, but WASPs used to be called London Wasps. They were based in London, then they moved to High Wycombe, and then just after they launched the site on Sitefinity, they decided to move from their traditional London or just outside London home to Coventry, and that was a fairly big deal. So having the new site was really important to them to be able to communicate with their fans as they went through this major upheaval. It's a really nice site, very graphical, and the guys from Aqueduct, who I'm not sure are here yet, even though they've probably got the closest office, can tell you more about that. Let's skip through it quickly.
We're here, Ross.
Ah, you are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I put you down and you're in the room. So Interserve, different end of the spectrum really, delivered by our partner Purestone. Interserve, really nice looking website. Taking full advantage of a lot of the responsive nature of Sitefinity and expanding their use of Sitefinity across different areas within the Interserve group. Let's go for the next one. Chatsworth, so a really nice, very Eastery. I thought this was a good one to put in. So our partner Cuba delivered this one. So Chatsworth, obviously again a very different organisation, but again really nice looking, very graphical, and integration in with booking engines and those sort of things. Let's keep going. So Beacon is part of Best Western, and is actually a very interesting revenue generation engine for the Best Western group, the Best Western Hotel group. Spinbox, who are a partner of ours, worked on this, and a number of other partners have been involved as well. If we jump to the next one.
Yep.
Sorry. Then this is the Best Western site. So Best Western launched their new site last week, and conversions have gone up based on that. This is all based on Sitefinity, and has been a leap forward in terms of what they're doing.
I did not know about this project, by the way.
Sorry?
I did not know about this project, by the way. It's really nice to see Best Western there.
Ah, yes. So, sorry, I should have kept you up to speed. So Mill Group, delivered by Doc Knight, who are also here today. Really nice. Again, I think you can see that by the richness of the user interfaces, you can see that we've got a lot of great partners who can deliver really rich websites, and Mill Group is certainly one of those. Sav Miller, so this was delivered by MSL Group. Global Brewer has won a number of awards, or has been ranked in a number of top 10s globally for corporate websites for design and user interaction. Travel Beam from Dolphin Dynamics, who are also here today, so concentrating very heavily within the travel market, and really nice integration of back-end systems into and allowing the people within the travel industry to really take advantage of some of the nice features of Sitefinity. Teachers Building Society is from Appius, so again a very different approach, or a different segment of the market, but all delivered using Sitefinity. I think that's it. Oh no, I've got one more in. GDF, this is in Belgium, and I can't remember who this was delivered by. I failed my test. Again, a really lovely site. So that was the ones that were sort of local. As you can see, we've got a number of Fortune 500 clients as well, and we can obviously talk to you in more detail about those as it comes up. But I think we want to rattle through. You've heard enough from me, so we want to start think in a bit more detail around some of the